Well, hello everybody, this is dear Mama Sal on a beautiful Tuesday morning. It is 7 degrees here in southern British Columbia, make it 45 in American. It is interesting because I'm under blue skies as I talk to you, and I was in brilliant sunshine, but now I'm heading into what can only be described as the look of a thunderstorm. So, another day of changeable weather, I think. I'm wearing my raincoat for obvious reasons. I'm hoping you all had a very good day between the last vlog and this one. I certainly did. I had a little bit of an up and a down on it. As you know, I'm counting down to the trip to Vegas. And one of the things on my list was to buy myself a new pair of glasses, which I ordered about a week ago. And they arrived yesterday, and to my sadness, because the last pair, this pair, I ordered were just exactly what I expected and wanted, including the transition. And this pair that arrived yesterday had a number of flaws in it. Both lenses were slightly chipped where they had put them into the frame. And the chips were visible, and also the one lens was at a different angle from the other one, so when you wore them it looked like you had lopsided eyes. So they're going to be going back, and as I said, my sadness, because the previous time I ordered through this particular company I was so impressed. And I intend to be impressed again, let me put it that way. I think maybe this is the fault of one human being rather than a company. Somebody rushed this through just a little bit too fast. So, we will see. And if worst comes to the worst, I can still wear my glasses, touch wood. Okay, so, it didn't sound like wood, did it? So, but you know, it's part of life, right? I could get really angry about it, or I could just go, hey, it is what it is. Somebody goofed up, and I'm pretty certain that in this day and age, that's not going to be something I'm going to pay the price for. Now, if I really had to pay the price for it, quite honestly, I guess I could wear them, but I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing glasses that were A, chipped, and B, lopsided. Try to, if you can imagine that they're oval, and the oval is like one is a cat's eye and the other is just oval going this way and one's oval going that way. So, such is life, right? I'm just going to enjoy what I've got, not what I haven't. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the company deals with this. Very reputable company, so I'm really, this is where the traffic jam is, and they chose to stop the car ahead of me. Mind you, I can take that less personally than if they just picked on me alone, right? At least they picked on the one in front of me. Oh, and here we go again. Yay. Do not complain, Sal. Thank you. So there have been a lot of emotions. I think it was Carly that commented on the word changeable yesterday, and I think maybe I should talk about changeable a bit today, because I wrote back to her and said, you know, Carly, I've been a bit changeable. My mood has been changeable. And there have been a couple of issues that have been happening that have upset me, I think, to some degree. So I've got to sort of look at that and just deal with them, or just let them be. You know, I've got to sort of see why my mood is fluctuating. And I wonder if any of you, well, actually, in the days of being younger, I knew what caused that, right? It was a hormone swing, so I wonder whether it could be that even now. Whether just I'm having a little hormonal couple of days here. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to use that as the excuse? And I say the excuse because I think in a lot of cases I did use my hormones as an excuse for letting rip at people or being angry. I think that one of the great fun things about life is that you get to enjoy what you choose to enjoy, and you get to be with who you choose to be with. And I say that because I was reading a couple of emails from people recently, and they were talking about people that really mess with their lives, and one of the questions that always comes to my mind is, why even bother with them? I think it was something that Benji taught me, or tried to teach me. I can't say I'm perfect at it yet, which is, you know, really don't take a lot of heed of what people are saying. I've got a situation where some people in my life have not treated some other people in my life very well. Now, the question is it my job to intervene and say, hey, I don't like the way you did that, when I wasn't even party to it? You know, I wasn't there to witness it. So really what I'm dealing with, and I'm not suggesting it isn't true, but what I'm dealing with is hearsay. So I don't know what happened, and even if I get told, I wasn't there. So I really don't know what happened. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's always something that is difficult to describe. But you have to be very careful about what you hear and what actually happened. And quite often, as a very dear friend of mine says, you know, there's this story, there's that story, and the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle of those two. So you need to be very aware of the fact that you won't always hear the exact story. And that's not in any way disrespectful to either party. It just is how we tell a story. So I look at it and go, I really don't think it's my job to interfere, or is it? Do I say, I hear through a third party that you did A, B, and C, and check it out? Can I do that? Yes, I could do that. I say, is it true? But you know, the other thing is I can't change it. It's done. I would merely support the person that was wronged into saying, hey, you know what was right. In your mind, and stand up for that. So it does make it very, very difficult. I think sometimes in our lives we look at life and we go, wow, what's the perfect answer when there isn't one? And whilst for a lot of my life I thought I had the right to tell everybody how to live their lives, I don't feel that anymore. So my life has been very changeable over the last week, and part of it, when I look at it, is, am I perhaps run down because of being ill? And that's obviously part of it. And this chest cold lasted longer than I expected. You know, I had a cold and then I got the chest cold on top of it. So my immune system, I think, is pretty fried at this point. So to be able to look after myself in a slightly better way would be very preferable. And I'm going to cut myself a little bit of slack on that one. And give myself a week or two just to fully recover and then reassess everything, so that I don't react from a place of emotion rather from one of practical knowledge. On the good side, the really good side, I hope that some of you will have seen that we launched the even newer dearmamasal.com page, and the new color was courtesy of Sophie. Sophie suggested the color, so hope you like it. And a lot of the stuff that we did was due to various suggestions from you guys, so I'm hoping that it works for you. I hope that you like it a lot better. I really, as I said, I really like the birthday page, the birthdays, upcoming birthdays and things that's on there. That makes it a much more interactive site for me. If anybody wants to know, what birthdays have we got coming up, you've got somewhere you can go that's easy to see. As you know, I like the fact that you can look at a map to see who's visited recently. And I just enjoy watching where the different dots go from around the world. And I know that Alice gave me the heads up that just because their IP says they're from there doesn't mean that they are, just in terms of today's reality. But it still gives you a nice idea of how global we are. And I love that. I forgot to mention that during the weekend we also did a great job of... Actually, maybe I did mention it yesterday, that we did some more testing of the getting people up on camera via Skype while we're on Vaughan. So that was, I'm really, really pleased with that, especially with all the problems that we've been having recently. And I noticed that this one person keeps thumbs downing every vlog I put up just about, and I'm pretty sure it's the same person. I'm pretty sure I know who it is. And so it's just like, really, actually getting tired of it by now. I'll find somebody else to pick on. I'm not going away. I just find it amazing how hateful some people can be. And to me it's a sickness. I mean, to be that hateful. It's either incredible jealousy, which I can't imagine, or just a hateful person, in which case I feel so sad for them, because that's a sickness. So sad. Oh, well, how about that? I've just noticed that we have a new taxi company in my district, and they're all painted neon green, apparently. amazing, actually, isn't it? How... Has anybody tried an Uber taxi yet? I just wondered whether anybody's tried one yet. I haven't. I don't have reason to, but I haven't. But I just wondered if anybody has. And do you believe that more and more of us will get rid of our cars and share cars rather than everybody have their own car? I often wonder about that. I often wonder whether down my street, for example, you know, if we had 3 or 4 cars, would it be enough? Interesting. We'll think about that. Alright, everybody, I'm going to say that it's a changeable day again today, and I seem to have gone through the bad weather and back into the sunshine. How's that for a good idea? One thing I did want to ask your input on, if I were to... I'm very seriously thinking about closing down one of the broadcasts in the short term, and maybe long term, with the idea of being able to get one day where I am totally free to live my other life, in as much as, you know, go out socially or do whatever. And I'm thinking that day might be Saturday. And so from a broadcast perspective, I would still do the Friday and Sunday, but just drop the Saturday one. It appears to be pretty well covered by other viewers, so I don't think that, you know, it's going to be a huge gap for anyone. However, always interested in your input. I will read it, think about it, and make a decision in the next couple of days. And I will obviously let you know if I'm going to do that. I just would really like a bit of space, especially right now. Got a lot on my plate and a lot of things I need to get organized, and I need time to do them. And as you may realize, you know, I spend eight hours a week doing the broadcasts. That is really weird. Sorry about that. I got some guy backing up into his semi-trailer right in the middle of the rush hour traffic. So it felt, you know, you're heading towards a truck that is backing towards you. It's sort of like, whoa, I don't think so. So I'm hoping that your day is not as changeable as mine, and if it is, maybe it's just the season. I'm hoping that you all have a really fun day, and that you look after one another. I'm just stalling here because it smells like the heat really kicked in my car. And I'm a little bit concerned whether that is... It doesn't smell like fresh air, if you know what I mean. It smells like it's got some engine smell to it. That means I'm going to have them check that out when I have service next time, and do what I can to keep a window open in future. Just a little bit, just to make sure I got fresh air coming in, just in case. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for watching. This is dear Mama Sal saying bye-bye for now.